Pre-show, pre-show, woo woo. Not very exciting for the episode 9 pre-show. Just a little sleepy. Needs my Wheaties. I just spilled it. Oof. How's everybody doing? How you doing? Hey, man, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, man, how you doing, man? Sup, man? Sup? Man, you got twitchy eyes down there. Like some of this Keith. Some of this Keith. Yo, I'ma lay some of this Keith. Keith. Lay some of this Keith. Keith. On top of a bowl. On top of a bowl. On top of a bowl. On top of a joint. On top of a dab. On top of a blunt. On top of a snap. On top of a chug. On top of a rip. It's chilly out in my parts. Gotta have a coat on. Gotta have a coat on. Gotta have a coat on. The dirty bong continues. Keep looking up over there. Just still haven't found something I like. Now there's a couple of things that I like that I'm gonna check out. Hey, all right, here we are, back with another one, and another one. Got these mugs already here waiting for me. It's good, nice and cold. As always, I'm Yogi Diesel. Episode 9, Beer Quest. We are on the hunt. We just keep traveling along. New parts of the world. No, I'm just kidding. Over here. It's kind of changing some things up. Maybe not. But today we are going with Dragon's Milk White Bourbon Barrel Aged White Stout, and we got Rochester Mills Beer Co., part of the Milkshake series. It's a blondie. We got a blonde ale brewed with milk, sugars, coffee, vanilla, and white chocolate. Ooh. Cold brewed with white pine coffee. And let's see here. A thick blonde ale brewed with flaked oats and lactose and aged on white pines, locally roasted coffee beans with vanilla and white chocolate. 15 IBUs, 5.0 alcohol, Pilsner, crystal, white wheat, flaked oats for the malt blend. Super Galena for featured hops. $6.18.20 Best Buy. Clean can. Sticker, just like the rest of them. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. I'm like getting it on my nose. So I smell the coffee. I can smell the vanilla. I smell that sweet milk. That milk. The bits of ale are there. But I'd have to say that sweetness of milk is probably both white chocolate and the milk sugar. Let's have a pour. Okay. It's pretty fizzy. Not too light. Kind of dark. Well, not dark, but it's a lot darker than I was expecting. There's the white chocolate. Ooh. Smells like a really good candy bar. And it tastes like a subtle candy bar. Candy beer. Smooth, refreshing. Got a nice aftertaste of that cold brew coffee by White Pines. Going down, it's just like a sweet ale. It's really cold. The mug was really cold, so that kind of makes it harder to grasp the flavor. But for as sweet as it smells, with all the flavors that you could capture as you're smelling it, everything is very light. And I feel like the ale is the key component, which is really nice. And then the coffee flavor is kind of there, but it's more so there after you're done. So that aftertaste, you'll really get the coffee, and then will come more of the other flavors. Already I could answer for sure. I could see myself actually wanting to buy this again, even for its low alcohol content. I'm enjoying the low IBUs. There's absolutely no bitter, no plant, no nothing. You only get what it says on the can, and no like crazy flavoring and earth tones. It just tastes like a sweet beer that's probably gonna have a little bit of pick me up from the caffeine and coffee, from the coffee. So I would definitely buy it again if it was in 6-pack form. I would definitely not get a 4-pack. And it would have to be a 6-pack of pints at 5%. If they put it in 12-ounce bottles, I couldn't really bring myself to it unless I just had the money to spend. And I was like, sure, why not? Because I'd like other people to definitely try this beer. And it opens me up to want to try more Blondie style beers. Like, it's a good chuggable beer. I just, for whatever reason, I enjoy drinking it. That was nice. It's a nice change. Because it still has that, like, cream. And it does say it in its little description, thick, right? A thick blonde ale. So that really stands out too, for how golden and kind of translucent, it still has that thickness to it. I wouldn't say creamy, because then I would say the white chocolate would probably stand out more, but thick, meaning not watery, just not light. So I would say it's definitely a good beer. Rochester Mills Beer Co., part of the Milkshake series. Blondie, extremely good. Yes, it is. Yum, yum, yums. I enjoyed it. Alright. Now this is something. This is... If you've ever had dragon's milk, whew, then you know this isn't to toy around with. So now I'm not too sure if the Best Buy was 5/17/19 or if it was bottled 5/17/19. There's a 15/57, so I'm thinking it was canned 5/17/19 was at 3/57. Alright, I know I read some of it. So we got Dragon's Milk White, alcohol 6%, smooth, creamy, legendary. Proudly brewed in Holland, Michigan. Ooh, excuse me. Ain't gonna lie. I've had this. I believe it was in a 6-pack. And I enjoyed it. But let's see how it tastes. I could smell bits of the vanilla. But I really am just getting a lot of the carbonation. Bit much. Definitely thick. It's a bit darker and a lot hazier than the last Blondie. I mean, wow. That is... That's wonderful. So you get that oak, that barrel. You get low tones of the bourbon. But I smell so much vanilla, straight vanilla bean, and creaminess. I'm salivating. I gotta drink it. It's good. It's wonderful. I just can't put words to it. Because it's so much different than that one. You get... Excuse me, my foot's itchy. I try to fight it. Okay. So compared to all the other Dragon Milks, it's a 6%. Typically, they're around 10, 11%. So I do feel this like little bit of an inconsistency in the flavor. There's like a little bit of kind of watery lightness to it. For when it, it looks so cloudy, it was so hazy looking. I feel like it's definitely overcarbonated because I feel like the head makes it seem like it's going to be a little more creamy, and I take from the other Dragon Milks for them when they're so alcohol extreme. They're heavy, they're thick, and a lot of flavor. I would feel like the percentage where it loses 4%, I feel like it loses 40% in the beer. Now, this isn't saying anything negative to the beer. It's just when you have those others that stay very consistent with their alcohol level and flavor, their quality. I feel like a little bit of quality was left out on this. Now I know a lot of you would be like, well, you're drinking, a 7, 8, damn near 9-month-old beer. And I'll tell you, there are a little bit of difference. But it's not bitter by any means. There is a sweetness. It is refreshing. But as a bourbon barrel aged, do I get that feeling that I am drinking a bourbon barrel aged? No. I feel like I have more burp issues than I do anything else. When I think Dragon's Milk, I think kick in the face. You're only going to drink a few of those and probably call it a night. this is something, yes, I'm going to be able to drink the whole 6-pack. I'll enjoy it. I'll eventually, by that 6th beer, probably get to where I need to be, and we're good. But I'm just saying there's lacking of flavor. It's very carbonated. And, a little lackluster. Is it a good beer? Yeah. And I suggest you try it for yourself and you tell me. Dragon's Milk is a great line of beer. And I know my taste buds might be affected from the previous beer, which is very much awesome in quality as well. But I'm looking for a little stronger, and I know that I know that breweries could pull it off because breweries have pulled it off. Rochester with a couple of them that we've tried so far in these 9 episodes have been very flavorful and then very not so flavorful. All in all, still a really amazing good beer, but inconsistencies. And that's not what I'm looking for on Beer Quest. I am looking for a beer that I'm going to be able to buy every day. That I know every time I drink it, that's what it tastes like. It's an understanding of why people drink the same beer every day. But I don't want to drink typical. Because that typical domestic shit is not... It's not enjoyable. It's beer. It's drinkable. And some people like it, and I fall into the category of people that don't like it, which is why this show was even created. So, to wrap it up, would I buy this again? Yeah. Because when you drink it fresh, within, looking at the date and making sure it's within the month, I believe that the flavors stand out, the vanilla, the sweetness. I think that it stands out a little more, and all in all is a very enjoyable beer. But I think going on 9 months has probably killed something like this. And I can't hate on Dragon's Milk. I would probably buy it again. I always think about it when I'm there at the beer store. But it's a specific beer store. So if it's I'm at this specific beer store again and they don't have something that I can't even save face, because when I walk into a place, I'm going to buy something. So if they have nothing brand new, I could see myself getting that. If they have nothing that I could settle on, I'd be like, well, you know what? We could always redo the review with some fresh Dragon's Milk White. I am Yogi Diesel. This has been another episode of Beer Quest. I hope you enjoy. Go ahead and do whatever you want. Alright. Post-show, drink some beer, more beer, pour them all. A little hazier than expected, huh? I don't really like to pour them both, but whatever. This one's thicker. Both amazing beers. That triple decadence so far, though. I think of that double chocolate. Can't really say. 9 episodes down. 9. 2 beers plus 1. That's 19 beers. They're like, what? Well, if you're at 9 and I do 2 beers, it's 18 plus 1 because we did the 3 beer episode. Ugh. So. But yeah, every 10 episodes would be relatively an average of 20 beers. So it'd be so every 10 episodes is 20 beers, so 5 sets, so 50 episodes would be 100. There will be more. And then, wait, well, was it with Turtle in episode 2? Wasn't that 3 beers? Or was that 4 beers? I think we did 3 beers. Or did we do 4? I can't remember. I mean, I see all these cans over there. And I'm just like, I don't know. Did I drink all those cans? I've had a couple of beers on my own to myself. I just don't know. I think we drank 3 for sure. So then we've had around 20. We've had for sure at least 20 beers in the 9 episodes. And what's funny is, like, I don't have to buy any beer. It's just funny, I can't. So I'm thinking that's what I might do. Is Turtle and I will go to my work, and yeah. We'll eat chicken wings. We'll do a flight. And then I'll be like, we'll do something else. I have no idea. Sorry, I was thinking in my head because I just figure I could ask my work and be like, hey, can I have a free, like, can my meal be free and I'll just tip the waiter or waitress whatever the meal is. I'll be like, I'll do it like once every 2 weeks. And if they're like, what? I'd be like, well, I've never, and I don't order food here. Like, I don't eat my employee meal. But I'd rather come and, like, drink some beer, do your flights, and have, like, appetizer food or something with my roommate who could order flights. And then we, sip the beers, have some smellage, and we do my YouTube channel stuff. Or Periscope. Can't leave you guys out. So there's that. Woo. So much carbonation. Yeah, I really want to open that location up for reviews because there's over 100 beers on tap. So, always being able to do more while doing more. But hey, we will find out I will just literally tomorrow I will ask if I'm able to do that. And it'd be like next week. I'd be like, yeah, I'll leave, $30 tip, why not? You can't tell me whoever the waitress is ain't going to be happy, And I don't see why it couldn't be a problem that we get 2 or 3 orders of, chicken wings when I've already put in so many shifts. That's the real deal, yo. So yes, next month is in March. So time frames for Ohio location is going to be I would have to say the second weekend of March, and then going to Detroit is the end of March, beginning of April, and then going to Florida is May. So all of that is getting worked out. Tickets are getting bought over the next week or two. And that's it. We'll be enjoying beers in other states and, vice versa. Also, beers which you don't think you would be able to find in another state, to allow other people to say, hey, you can go down to this whatever beer store or cavern or bar and you can pick up these types of beers. And if they have those beers at the time, then they're relatively going to have the same variety of beers day in, day out. It's really good to start showcasing and showing people that there's more than just your average bar that's going to sell you Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, Yuengling, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Blue Moon, whatever other domestic shit. And this is Beer Quest. This ain't Seltzer Quest. I made sure to start and pull all the way through to the end of 2019. I wanted to get past holidays because I wanted to work in the holidays. I didn't want to start the channel off with holidays. That's why the Oktoberfest was so old. I wanted it to be kind of in there, but then I changed my mind. I wanted to have just typical beer, not actual seasonal beer. Limited beers, fine. I can't help the milkshake series that came as a present over Christmas, and I was pretty much told to drink it as quick as possible, and I'm already slacking. So that's why I've been recording these things so close together and doing only 2 beers. I would like to do 3 beers, but it's also about the next day. Because once I get into 3 beers, I actually want to start drinking more beer. That's why there was 2 reviews in one day. So, yeah. So there's moments where I really, really want to drink. But the problem is because there is so much beer in the fridge already, I didn't feel comfortable even buying the Sweetwater pack because it was throwing another 12 beers into the fridge. But because it was only 3 of each beer and I could get 4 and have already enjoyed the recording of those episodes. I think there's still one more to... Yes, there is still one more. So yeah, it's definitely exciting to be planning for the trip to Ohio this time, and it's not holidays or anything, so it really will fit in, and hopefully, you know, whatever happens, it's the most positive, good time that I can have with my friend and my family. So, clink, cheers to that. Detroit, going to Detroit, Michigan should be really fun, I guess. I'm only going out there for really one reason, and that's so I will do my best to get my ass to a brewery that's in, you know, close in between A and B of all the couple of things that Turtle and I have lined up to do. Because it's kind of like just a run to go do something like this. And then that's kind of it. There's no... I wouldn't call it a vacation. I would call it, you know, like a necessity. You know, some people will take the bus, walk, ride the bike in a blizzard. They'll do whatever it takes to go get the shit that they need to get them to where they need to be. So, I feel like at the point of my life and my age, I'm very much tired of the fact that I haven't gotten to experience going to a recreational legal cannabis shop. And it seems like everywhere else that I've lived in my life has become recreationally legal. So I just say, fuck it. And now with this new plus income from hard work coming in, I figure, fuck it, you know. I pretty much can't say no, so I figure, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna go do this. And I'm gonna go out there and buy what I can, and my friend's gonna come with me because she's like, fuck it, I'll take a couple of days off, and we're gonna go out there, and she'll put it all on her card or put it on my card. I'm just like, give me whatever. I'm not doing anything for anyone. Because, like, as a comedy bit, I was thinking of this comedy bit, like, man, every time you want to go on the Greyhound, and it's like, man, every time you talk about, man, I'm going to Colorado, bro. I'm going to Colorado, bro, let me give you some money, bro. No, bro, I don't want your money, bro. Even if I could charge and fucking... No. Like, I go to Colorado, I gotta spend money, right? Yeah, that's a lot of money. And then when you break it down, at the end of the day, how much you spent, right? You put that fucking $400 or $500 for your plane ticket. Then you put your, like,